Okay, here we go. So, hi Brady.
Hello.
So good to see you. So, Renee is in Newfoundland, and I decided to have my friend Brady over to my house. This is my house. And we're gonna do questions and conversations with Brady because Brady is our
Super fan.
Brady's our super fan, only fan.
I'm sure that's not true.
So we're gonna have Brady has brought a bunch of questions. Actually, what's really cool is I would like you to share with the people what you got going on here.
So a couple of years ago, I came across a website, or it was probably like BuzzFeed, something silly like that. And it was an article. It was like 50 questions to ask somebody you love to get to better know them. Right. So like a friend or a partner or a family member or whatever. And I thought, oh, this is cool. So I printed it off and I cut up all the questions and I put them in a mason jar because I like to make games out of things. And then so it's been sitting in my living room now for a couple of years, and I haven't found an opportunity to use it. So I thought this would be a great opportunity.
This is a great opportunity. Okay,
so like
perfect.
the questions range from like what's your favorite color to like are you afraid of dying? So it's like very...
One of those is more difficult than the other, and
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you it's not the dying question.
there you are.
But you also texted me a bunch of questions that you come up with as you watch.
Yeah, like when I watch the podcast on Wednesdays when I get home from work because I'm not able to watch live. But I sit with my phone and whatever you guys are talking about, I'm like, oh, I wish I was there because I want to ask this.
Right.
So I just write it down. And they've accumulated, so cool. I'm just going to give those to you, and you do whatever you need to do with them.
Well, it's funny because you just sent me a text before we started, and I looked at them really quickly, and there was one specifically that I was like, yeah, no. So there's one that says, does changing the scenery really change the situation? And that is, from my perspective, an emphatic no.
But so many people have this belief that if I just move to another town, or if I just... move apartments, or that things will actually change in and you know what, for some people maybe that is true. It's not for me.
No,
it never has been for me. So I'm kind of interested in why does that work for some people, and does it work for some people?
Okay, so here's what I have garnered I have a belief, and you can tell me if this rings true for you, that you never actually, it's almost like you never actually meet someone for the first time. Everybody that you meet reminds you of someone else that you've met. Like there are people who have a lot of similar characteristics, and I know that this has happened to me. I'll meet someone and I'll feel like, oh my god, I know them right away.
Yeah.
But I know them through the other person that they remind me of, almost. And then there are those people that you're like, oh yeah, I know,
like you vibrate.
With, yeah. However, what I know about troubling situations is if you do not deal with the thing that you're struggling with in that situation, removing yourself from that situation and going someplace else,
physically going moving out of the country,
does not complete this thing here. All you've done is, because if you haven't done the work in here, it doesn't exist outside, right? So if you haven't done any of the changes in here, then it's going to exist outside. So for instance, there have been some people who have worked at places that I have worked, who I don't get along with, or rub me the wrong way. And what I know is, if I actually don't get to the root of what that is, like, what is it about that person that bothers me? And generally what it is they're reflecting back to me something that I don't like in myself.
Okay.
Right? That's generally what it is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they're just a-holes.
Yeah.
But I know that if I don't deal with that, what happens is because I usually have more than one job at a time. What happens is...
Very busy lady.
Very busy lady. What happens is my other job if I don't deal with this person
It
at my
starts to
other
affect
job,
that.
that other person, somebody shows up in that job that is exactly like this person.
Okay.
So it is my firm belief that changing the scenery does not change. This doesn't really change the situation. All it does is you carry that crap that you're carrying with you to the next scene.
So it's like pressing pause on a really bad movie.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to press play.
You're
again
gonna
at some
have
point.
to do it anyway. So
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah.
so that's just. I also have cats. So if you see us like me, and this is Sam. We're petting Sam. Because Renee and there was one day, I don't know if you saw that one, Renee. I was like, I want to talk about animals today. And Renee's like, I don't.
Oh no.
No, it's not that she doesn't like animals. She appreciates animals, but she doesn't like them the way that I love them. They're integral in their life, and I get that. Some people just don't.
Yeah, I don't have pets at home.
Yeah.
For my own reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy other people's pets. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I got to be honest with you, that's kind of a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no responsibility, and exactly. I like to travel. I like to go. I like to get up and go when I want.
You don't have to pay vet bills.
I don't have to do those things.
I have a bionic cat.
Sorry, honey.
I have a bionic cat. My cat has an orthopedic surgeon. Anyway,
special.
Okay. I know. All right, so.
That's the mason jar questions.
Okay, do you want me to pick first, or do you want to pick first?
I can go.
Okay. I'm excited.
Like I said, they range. It's like there's a huge
you're gonna
range.
dump them all out?
Should I? Or
I don't
should
know.
I not?
What do you want to do? You do whatever. Like,
Okay.
How did you envision it? Okay, perfect.
We're gonna do that.
Okay.
We'll put this over there, so everything is down there.
Yeah.
Okay. I see, and I like this too because it kind of makes a game out of it.
I know.
Right, and I like playing games.
Games are fun.
Yeah,
I'm all about joy and fun.
And this is kind of like the game that we play on Facebook Messenger.
Yes.
So
cool.
Yeah, which is basically like you answer questions about yourself, and then your friend has to guess the way that you would answer it.
Yeah.
And we're like level 60 friends at this point. It's
we're
crazy.
like level 60. We're gonna level up here. Okay.
Okay. This says, tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met.
Okay.
Okay.
So I respond first? Or do you respond first?
I think I asked you the question and then I respond afterwards.
Okay. So I've told you this before. You are a very open person, and you are one of the things that I completely admire about you, and kind of don't understand because I'm not like this, but you are, with every single person that you meet, that I like, what I observe, every single person that you meet, you are more than willing to like give them a chance to be awesome. Mm. It's like you just say, "Hi, I'm Brady," and then it's like you leave the space for them to just be amazing and awesome. And then it's like when they show you who they are, then you're kind of like, "Okay, that's who you are." And you're never like, "You suck, F you," from my perspective.
Yeah.
But you're like, "Okay."
Not unless they do suck, right?
Not unless they do suck, but you're more like, okay, you're not someone that I would actually hang out with,
mm-hmm.
and that's totally cool. So you never actually make anyone feel bad about the way that they are or what they're doing. Mm. And even when somebody does something that you're not cool with, you say, "Dude, that's not cool," but you never hold it against them. It's like you start from square one every single time with people, and like and it's amazing. It is awesome. I find that, like, it overwhelms me because I am not like that. I'm very judgy.
Well, I can be judgy as well, right? Like, I don't
think that's part of the game.
No, you're right.
I don't think you're supposed to justify.
No, I guess you're right.
You're supposed to be able to sit there and yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think what I would say about you.
And you're honest, super honest, and a really caring. Most of the that can go awry really, really quickly. I should say, with people that you really care about mm-hmm. and that you have a heartfelt connection with, you're honest with them, but mm-hmm. not in a "I'm going to tear you a new one" kind of a way.
Yeah. Okay. I would say that what I like about you, that I wouldn't say to somebody that I just met, is that you're very creative. You're a very creative person, and I really admire that. But your tenacity and you have a resilience about you, and I think that you can tap into a lot of very positive, very good, very creative things. I think that sometimes you have trouble getting there sometimes, but it's inside of you, and the fact that you are still going after your dreams, and it's never changed, and it shows a resilience, it shows a tenacity, you're in your creativity. You don't choose the easy road. And I like that about you.
I don't.
No, you don't. Even if it's the hard way to go.
Yeah.
You choose it because you know it's right, and because you know that that's what you want. I think for the most part, you know what you want. Sometimes maybe you don't know exactly how to get there, but your journey is what I admire about you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think that you should never stop. And I will always support you in that.
Thank you.
100%.
Is this going to be like a total love fest?
I was thinking too, is like, are we just going to sit here and stroke each other's egos? Like,
I know.
What's that?
Well, what if we each do one of these and then we do one of your...
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, I'm down.
Okay. Because these are thoughtful too. Like, these are super thoughtful. I don't know if I want a big one or a small one. Well, I really want a big one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
A perfect day for me would be sleeping in, like hard sleeping in.
So what's that to you?
Like, I could stay in bed until 6 p.m. Not necessarily sleeping,
yeah,
but my bed is my safe spot,
yeah.
And I enjoy the sleeping, or not even it's not even the sleeping that I enjoy. I do enjoy the sleeping, but it's the in between sleeping.
Yeah.
Like where you're in bed, and I do this thing, and it's really bad, but I make deals with myself in bed. like, oh, you can stay in bed for another hour because you're gonna get so much done this afternoon. And
you don't.
I manipulate myself. It's bad.
Hey, as long as you know.
But that's how that day starts.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm very much a homebody, so the less I have to leave the house is probably the best. And then like a really good dinner. A good dinner with my husband, and like just binge watching a great television show that we both enjoy. Because that doesn't happen too often.
Right.
Where we both enjoy the same kind of entertainment.
Right.
So that would be, and then maybe just staying up late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's like my perfect day.
Okay.
Pretty chill.
Yeah. Well, it's my perfect day. So my perfect day, I do love a good sleep in, but my life is organized so that like I don't set my alarm. Like in a week, maybe I'll set my alarm twice.
Okay.
That's just kind of how my life is organized. But I like that lounging in bed kind of a thing. I would like someone to bring me breakfast in bed.
Okay.
That would be a perfect day for me. For someone to bring me breakfast in bed, my coffee.
Like cereal or like full like eggs
Benny like
or
pancakes and bacon and fruit and coffee. And then I have a really nice balcony and it gets sunshine in the morning and afternoon, and so I like to lounge on my balcony for as long as possible. I would like to, my perfect day includes not being attentive to my phone. Disengaging. I have this new thing that I love, manicures. So getting a manicure would be great.
Which is something you used to do a lot.
Which is something I used to do a lot before I was a massage therapist, but that's like 20 years now. So I just kind of started getting into
your silk wraps.
No, I'm not. My silk wraps. That's how long ago I got manicures, and afternoon nap, like not even a nap, like a lie down.
Love nap.
Right? Like just like there's a point in the day where it's like, oh, I feel a little tired, and even if I don't sleep, if I could just close my eyes and put my head on the pillow and then having dinner with with friends and laughing, like engaging in friends. But there's one thing that the perfect day
like has to have,
and it is no appointments, like no time specifications, because I am not good with time.
Okay.
I am really not good with time. I've realized that over the past couple of weeks, and not like I'm late everywhere. I show up on time everywhere, but given the opportunity, because I'm not that person. I'm not that person. You say, "Hey, what time is it?" And I can be like, "Oh, it's like 2:35." I'm not that person. I haven't worn a watch in 20 years. Because of my job, my life happens at hour increments or 90-minute increments. And there was one day a couple weeks ago where I had to do a 90-minute massage and all the clocks in the room were broken and I was fucking lost. I was like, I don't know how long we've been in here for. I have no idea. How about we stop here? How do you feel? You good? Okay, let's stop here. And it's like I have no concept of time.
Yeah. So it's
which
like
is why I'm ageless.
So it's like not being locked into.
So not being locked into, and like that manicure happens because I show up and someone's available to give me a manicure. Okay. It's not like I book a manicure at 1:00. Yeah. So my perfect day includes no appointments, no arrival on time for anything.
I like that.
Yeah, that's my perfect day. Because I hate time. I don't hate time. Time is a good thing. Although time is a construct that quantum physics is very quickly breaking down.
But it doesn't also have to be so structured either.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes it is nice to just fly off this, what is it this saying, the seat of your pants or something?
Fly by the seat of your pants.
Yeah, just kind of like go with the flow type thing.
Mm.
And then like what happens.
Yeah. I like those days. And then because those fly by the seat of your pants days allows for magic to happen.
Yeah.
Like interesting, I can't get here, so I'm gonna go here, and you never know who you're gonna meet, the conversations you're gonna have, right? So.
Yeah. No, okay. I like that.
Cool. So do you want to go to one of these?
Sure. Whatever. Whatever you want. Wow. I'm just here.
Oh, you know what? Oh.
You can also save them for a later day if you want. They're going to keep coming. So.
Okay. But this is one that I find interesting.
Okay.
Because I talked about this, and so you have one here that says, is honesty always the best policy?
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit the last time I was on the...
Yeah.
On the
we
kind of weaved around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because honesty can be hard sometimes.
Do you fall down on yes or no?
It's hard. It's yes. I think honesty is the best policy. I think that it is best to be honest, even if it could hurt someone. Not intentional. Not to rip someone down.
Yes.
Or anything that's different.
That's not honesty. That's more ego.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna point something out to you because my ego needs me to almost.
And it ties into what we talked about before is with honesty without tact, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes you need to be honest, with your friends or your partner or whatever, mm-hmm. because if they're
here's an age-old question.
Okay.
If you knew that your best friend's partner was sleeping with someone else, would you tell them? Would I tell
my friend?
Your friend.
Yes, and I have, and it's ended badly.
Do you still have that friend?
No.
Are you glad that you did what you did?
Yes and no.
Are they still with the person?
Yes. No names, but
I'm just saying.
Yes, I'm glad that I did what I did, but I'm also, there's also a part of me that's maybe I just should have minded my own business. But then there's that other part of me that's well, here we are in this situation, and we're not really friends anymore.
Yeah.
So what does it really matter?
Right. So it's funny because there's a gray area there for me now that I think about it.
Okay.
Because I'm of the opinion, yes, I fall down on the side of honesty. Mm-hmm. I'm I believe that there is a way to say everything from a place of love. If you can get out if you can put your ego aside, if you can acknowledge what your ego wants to say versus what your spirit and what's coming from your heart. In that case, because I'm a very big proponent of people in life have their lessons to learn, and they come down here and they have specific lessons that they are put here to learn. And my job is to support them in learning those lessons. And unless someone asks me directly, I wouldn't divulge that information.
Okay. Because like their relationship isn't really much of your business type thing.
Yeah, unless it directly impacts me. You know, and unless my friend comes to me and is like, "Oh my God, I think that so and so is sleeping with someone behind my back. Do you know anything?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Yeah,
I do.
I do know something."
Yeah. That wasn't the course that I took.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was very much
by the way, do you know?
I don't like this. No, it was, I don't like this person. Nobody likes this person. And as a matter of fact,
I'm gonna take it upon myself.
Cheating on you.
Right.
And then just kind of
It came out there.
I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't
in
do
that
it
manner.
No.
Or at all.
No. If someone was being hurt, then I think that I would. But I think that I'd be a little more tactful.
Okay. Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with what you're saying too. Is that, it's.
I feel like unless
kind of their lesson to learn, right?
Unless someone asks for my help directly.
And like, who knows what the structure of their relationship
maybe
is.
Maybe they have an
right?
open relationship.
Maybe or maybe like maybe it's just they're figuring something out. Right?
Maybe that works.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe, people make mistakes too, right? So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I like to err on the side. Oop, I apologize.
Is that when you were supposed to wake up?
That's when I was supposed to wake up.
It's 12:30.
I like to err on the side of honesty.
I like to err on the side of honesty as well. And it's funny because it's one area that this happens to me a lot is in conversation with my family. And around, like, because, I mean, like, okay, so every family has its... every family has its
screwy.
Thing. A family's screwy, and I call family the eternal sandbox because you always get to play in the sandbox with your family, and they're kind of like your tester for life, right?
And sometimes a cat takes a shit in the sandbox.
Sometimes a cat takes a shit in the sandbox. And I feel like all families have their skeletons and have their secrets. And my sister and I have been in this conversation. It's like, oh, we hate family secrets. Like, there's just, it's like, it's like, because when you have a secret, you know something that someone else doesn't. And it's, how do you not say things? What kind of, like...
How do you dance around it?
Your conversations actually take on a different tone. It's like, because you're like, oh, I can't say that. I can't even allude to that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's, anyway.
Yeah.
But I prefer honesty.
So honesty is, for the most part...
Yeah.
Kind of something that we should strive towards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think also that includes being honest with yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not just with other people. I think that when we talk about honesty or being honest, it tends to be an outward thing. Like, oh, should we be honest with the people around us?
Yeah.
We never really talk about, oh, are we really being honest with ourselves? Is that the best policy? Yes. Of course. 100% of the time, all the time. How often do we practice that?
Oh, I know, right?
Much less.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
I do like to be honest with myself. Like, honestly, Cheryl.
Well, it's like I was
saying. Do you need that brownie? I always need the brownie.
It's like I was saying with the deals that I make with myself. I'm not honest. That's a lie.
That's manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I totally get it. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh no, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I don't want that one.
Okay. So. I'll save that for later. How long do you want to go for?
As long as you want.
Okay.
I don't care. You can break it up into segments if you want.
I'm not. It's just gonna be.
Are you editing it?
God, no.
No, okay.
That's such a pain in the ass. I feel like conversations are organic, and when you edit them, it's like
the jump cuts.
It's a big lie.
Yeah.
It's not honest.
True. Okay, so what do you value most in a friendship?
Is it cheesy to say honesty?
I think that if we say honesty one more time, YouTube's just gonna shut us down.
What do I value?
Let's say honesty is a given.
Okay. So here's what I value. I value in my friends, and as a friend, the ability for someone to be with me no matter how I am.
Okay.
Like, most of the time I'm in a good mood. There are times when I'm really not in a good mood. Mm-hmm. And I value those friends that I can be not in a good mood with, and who aren't going to try to fix me, who aren't going to try to, but are just like, I got it.
Or like when you're like, I'm not having this right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to walk away from this for a minute.
Yeah, and that never happens. I don't walk away. I'll give you a for instance. When I was buying my car, there was one specific car that I was looking at, and I'm pretty knowledgeable about cars, and the car that I was looking at, I took to my mechanic and I had him do a cert on it. And there were things that were off. So I went back to the dealership and I was armed with all this information. And my friend Tammy came with me. And when I got there, the guy that I had been dealing with left. And so they sent me to deal with another guy. And I sat down and I'm like, hey, so I took this, I drove the car. I like it. And I was like, help me help you get rid of this car, because it's not going to sell during the winter. This was October. I'm like, let's put it, and so let's put a different car. Let me take this car off the lot so you can put something on. Like, let's do a deal here.
Talk about it, yeah.
And then I was like, and he goes, well, the price is the price. And I said, listen, it didn't pass safety as it was. The brakes had to be done. New
there
tires.
Was going to be money you have to put something into it.
Yeah, or they were going to have to put something into it in order for it to be certified.
Got it.
And he's like, well, the brakes are going to cost, this is going to cost X number of dollars. And I'm like, I shouldn't be paying for that. You're the one who brought it in. And he was like, well, we brought it in and we paid X number of dollars for it. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have paid that much money when you brought it on the lot. Like, what do you... And he was like, okay, sorry, I can't help you. And he stacked up his papers and he turned his chair away from me. And so I got up and I left. And my friend Tammy came after me, or walked out behind me, and she said, I feel like I really have to tell you something. And I said, okay. She goes, who you were in there was super aggressive, and I'm not surprised that he shut you down. Okay. Like, who you were being in there was someone who was pretty disagreeable, pretty strong-arming, and she said, honestly, it was something that I hadn't seen in you before, and I'm just wondering where it came from. But she said it in a way, she said it in a really great way. Because actually what she said first was, can I actually tell you of my experience of being in that room with you? And I'm like, okay. And she's like, so she was like, It wasn't attacking you. It wasn't attacking me. It was from a perspective of, here's how you were being, and this is probably why it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, yeah. And then I explained, yeah, that's me. Being a bitchy woman, trying to get what I want, and not liking to deal with men when it comes to cars, right?
Mm-hmm. A boss. Let's call you a boss.
A boss.
Yeah.
So I eventually did get a great car from a great dealership, Rogers Motors, out in Oakville, which was great, and they were awesome with me.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. But that's something that I really appreciate in a friendship. Someone who can be with me no matter how I'm being. Because she wasn't like, you are a total bitch, I'm out of here, and she was like, no, let's talk about this. So she was able to be with me, and I have a number of friends who are like that. You're one of those people, because I know that you've seen me when I'm not my best.
Yeah.
And you're still able, you're able to be with that and not be like, oh, I can't deal with you right now. You gotta go.
Yeah.
So that's something that I really appreciate in a friendship.
Yeah, hugely. And I also think that there's some value in recognizing that a friend of yours is not having the best of times or hours or minutes or seconds.
Yeah.
And being like, I'm not going to chase after you and ask you what's wrong. We can talk about this. But sometimes as a friend, you kind of just be like, need to be, okay, you go and be in your rotten mood.
Yeah.
And I'll be here when you're done.
Yeah. It's kind of like, what do you need right now? And if what I need
a lot of the time is space.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I tend to go down the rabbit hole when I have too much space to do that, though.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay. So what do you value most in a friendship?
I think that it's maybe not most, but definitely something that I value from my friends is that they understand my time. Because I don't always have a whole lot of time for my friends. And that's for a multitude of reasons, because I do enjoy working. So a lot of my time gets spent at work. But I'm also very much a homebody as well. So sometimes I just don't want to be around people.
Yeah.
So for a friend to understand that, and I have a lot of friends who have this quality, and I'm very thankful for that. But if we haven't talked in a week or a couple of weeks or a month, you have to understand that that's not because I don't like you anymore, or that, you know, I'm busy with other people who I like more or anything like that. It's literally, we're good, we're fine, we're always going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I need some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean.
Like, and there are some friends that I haven't seen in a really long time, and I always say, oh yeah, I should get up there to see you. Yeah, I should do this, and my intentions are there to do it, but then it's like getting around to it can be hard, and it makes it sounds bad when you hear it out loud, but I really value when my friends understand that I understand the time that I have.
Yeah.
And how I choose to spend it sometimes.
Yeah. I completely understand. Because we both of us very rarely get 2 days in a row off together.
Very rarely.
And so when you have that one day, that's like...
That's my day.
Me time!
That's my day.
So by the way, just as a sidebar, thanks so much for coming today on your day.
You're very welcome.
You mentioned it twice. I feel like I need to say something about that. So thank you.
I mentioned what twice?
How much of a homebody you are.
Oh, I am. Yeah, and
listen, I'm a homebody too. Yeah, that's why I brought you to my house.
And it's not that like I'm a hermit or I never leave my house. Yeah. I do enjoy going out. I enjoy going out to eat. I enjoy going out with my friends. I enjoy spending time in the summer. I can't wait for the weather to get nicer. I love going over to the Toronto Island, putting out a blanket, laying in the sun. Like, I like doing those things too. But when I don't want to leave the house, nothing can get me out of there.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. I totally get it.
So.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one.
Okay.
It's like a paragraph.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
you can
okay.
We can nod if you don't want to.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's a really long.
Some of them
are really long. I'm gonna choose a short one, despite the fact that I want to. Anyway, what if anything is too serious to be joked about?
Oh, a lot of things and nothing. Yeah,
Tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Yeah,
that's an improv.
And we've talked about this before, actually. Like, I think that anything that in life that we take seriously should be joked about. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I think that there's a difference between joking about something with malicious intentions to hurt somebody. I think that sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. Yeah. I have been told that I don't joke well. And that I'm mean. I can be mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and for the longest time I was like, no, that's crazy. You just don't have a sense of humor. You know? You don't get my sarcasm. Turns out, I'm kind of mean sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was brought to my attention quite recently.
Oh, really? Okay.
By somebody who I love very, very much. Right. That I was being mean to a friend of theirs.
Oh, okay.
And I thought I was being funny.
Oh, okay.
And I thought I was being sarcastic. Yeah. And I thought everybody was kind of in on the joke. Yeah. Nobody was in on the joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're like a walking Cards Against Humanity.
I can be, you know, and I work in a kitchen too, right? So like, I don't know if anybody, it's a different world in there.
It is.
And things we joke and we talk and there's some inappropriate things that get said. But it's all in jest and it's all in fun. Yeah. And sometimes I forget that I can't take that sarcasm outside
of that workplace.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's too serious to be joked about? I think people's feelings shouldn't be joked about.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If it hurts you, then it shouldn't be joked about.
Right.
That's something that's too serious. How somebody feels.
That's actually really good.
And
I was thinking of like an issue, but no, that's actually really good.
Yeah, because this specific person that I hurt, I wasn't paying attention to how they felt.
Oh, okay.
Because I was being funny.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But that was too serious to joke about.
Yeah.
And some of the things that I said
yeah.
were probably too serious to joke about.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that's what I think.
Okay. So having a big background in improv, there was not a lot that was off limits when you're on stage. So it's yes and, right? When I stopped doing improv and started to really pay attention, or actually not really when I stopped, but when I started to really pay attention to what we were doing. And it was funny because I was in an improv troupe, and our motto was like, we didn't want to do shit, piss, fuck humor. We wanted to kind of raise the bar. Like we were going to do smart humor, because everybody in the group was smart, except for me. I played animals all the time, and midgets. Yeah, I know. So and then we did a show in New York. We went to go do a show in New York, and it was part of a 24-hour marathon at UCB, United Citizens Brigade. And we had a time slot like on a Sunday morning. It was like, I don't know, 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. And not a word of a lie, the group that went before us, literally, they stopped at some guy was on his knees about to give someone else a blowjob. Okay. That's where their time got cut off. And we were like, let's do smart humor. And we were like, no. So we were like, shit, piss, fuck it up, man. So, and that's what it, and so we just
on a Sunday morning
at 10 o'clock instead of going to church. I'm like, yeah. So, but what I realized was there was a lot of joking at other people's expense. Mm-hmm. And I really began to be uncomfortable with that. Once I had an awareness of my own feelings, and that was how I, like, my entire 20s was like me making jokes at other people's expenses. And it was, and because I've always worked in the restaurant industry, it was so easy to, right? So I at some point for me that was like, I can't actually do this anymore.
It starts to feel really icky.
It starts to feel icky, and so I don't think that making people laugh at someone else's expense and you're right, it's a feeling thing, right? You need to really, grapple with what's happening over there, right? Like, people make jokes about the Harvey Weinstein thing all the time, but if you're in a room with someone who has
been sexually
assaulted
by someone of power,
that's not a cool thing, right? So you gotta know your audience. And I like to, things that make me laugh now are like the way my cat looks at me in the morning, or the way he like leans on my pillow in the morning and is like, "Hey babe, how's it going? You gonna feed me sometime soon?" Yeah. Like those, So yeah, things too serious to joke about. You're right. Other people's feelings.
Yeah.
So we are coming up on 40 minutes.
Okay. Should we shut her down?
I feel like we should shut it down, but I really like. We
good flow, eh?
We could flow. Yeah.
We could flow.
Yeah. So I think we should do this again sometime.
Yeah, we could pick this up again.
Questions and conversations with Brady Curry and Cheryl Poirier. And thanks for watching.
Yep.
Bye. Oh, and thanks for the tea. Brady brought tea. All right. Thanks. Bye. We'll see you later.